Game day brings its ups and downs, celebration and disappointment, anxiety and relief, friends and enemies. You can always argue over who should have won, but everyone can agree on great food. Appetizers, entrees, drinks, party platters, or even the taste of sweet victory. There's something for every season at Eat With Us restaurants.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning, and welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Thanks as always for tuning in and starting off your morning with us. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley, showing you everything you need to know to get you out the door. And one thing you need to know is take a look at this. This is a look across the area this morning. Now, this live look is over in Blue Springs, looking at 22 in all directions. And you might not know if I didn't tell you, because it is just straight up foggy out there. Dense fog across the area. A lot of looks are like this. Can barely see the traffic kind of moving back and forth in a few of these cameras. So definitely want to take it slow. Keep your beams on low this morning. Temperatures in the middle 50s over in Blue Springs. Overall, definitely a foggy start to your day ahead. I want to show you a few more live looks this morning. Here's a one over in Crenshaw, Mississippi. So another live look, but the same kind of story out there. You can see a little bit more of the sky in this camera. Sun is starting to rise. This is over in Northwest Mississippi, but still seeing some dense fog on the ground there. Current alerts, we're seeing a dense fog advisory, not only for a portion of the area, but for the entirety of the area. So no matter where you are, in Northwest Mississippi, Coahoma, Bolivar, Tunica County, hugging the Mississippi River, all the way over into the Alabama state line, you are seeing a dense fog advisory this morning, and it is dense out there. If you have not stepped out the door this morning, I just encourage you again, be cautious out there and take it slow. Temperatures are in the 50s and 40s out there this morning. 51 in Bruce, 52 in Houston, 56 and 55 in Columbus and Starkville, 54 in Vernon, Alabama. A little bit cooler the further north and west you go, in the 40s from Cleveland, Clarksdale, Tunica, Senatobia, and up in Holly Springs in the 40s as well this morning. Your first 12 hours ahead, you can expect temperatures to be in the 60s yet again today. We'll be in the low 60s by 11. Into the upper 60s by 2. So another warm afternoon out there as you're getting out and about. A lot like yesterday, we'll fall back into the middle 60s and then into the 50s as we head later on into your evening hours. No rain expected today, so you got any plans, you are good to go. Take a look on satellite and radar. We saw a cold front pass through yesterday that caused us some light shower activity. Didn't drop our temperatures a bit, though. As we head over your next few days, that's when we will start to see more cloud cover roll back in. So for today, good mix of sun and clouds throughout your afternoon hours. Going into your Thursday, that's when we'll really start to see the cloud cover build in for your Thursday morning. Watching that system that's off to our west, that will continue to roll in throughout the day on Thursday, at least become a little bit closer to the area. Moisture going to be building in ahead of this, and you can see those showers ahead of that main system. Main threat for Thursday is going to be out to our west. Can't rule out a few showers in the area, but that main threat not rolling in here until we head into your Friday. That's when that front really starts to make a push off to the east. And as it does, we could see showers and a few storms in here as early as 8 a.m. on your Friday, and then really starting to see that line take place further on in the day into the evening hours, really starting to see that line setting up from Huntsville all the way down into Jackson for your Friday at dinner time. So don't want to be traveling during this if you do not have to. That's going to continue to move off in Alabama overnight and then into your Saturday. Your severe weather risk this morning, new and updated, did shift a little bit further off to the east, now including the entirety of our area. So all counties included in that level 2 out of 5. And that extends from western Tennessee all the way down into Louisiana. So all of us, again, included in that this morning. Coming up next, we'll talk more hour by hour of what you can expect for your Friday. Have some people asking about rotation tracks. Yes, we're going to be showing that coming up in the next few minutes as well. So stick with us. We'll have the latest of what you can expect for that this morning, your latest timing and your threats. It's all coming up right after this.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundedouttogether.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, welcome back to the Room to Room Weather Center. I want to show you a few things I'm working behind the scenes to bring you the latest this morning. Number one, we're going to keep hitting on the visibility concerns because as you're headed out the door, this is the number one thing you're dealing with this morning. Up to 0 to potentially 1 mile of visibility out there across the board this morning. A dense fog advisory in place for everybody. So definitely want to take it slow. Keep your beams on low. Everybody dealing with this morning. Let me show you a few live looks. If you don't believe my map, maybe you'll believe this. Take a look outside over in Aberdeen. Thanks to the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for, of course, lending us your camera network so we get to show everybody the ground truth this morning. And that is just the overall foggy conditions. Temperatures in the middle 50s and definitely some fog taking place. Same story over in Maben. Got to tell you where it is because as you can see, it's just so foggy you can't even see the ground there. So definitely want to be careful and cautious out the door this morning. Airport delays, not tracking any. Taking a more national view, I am tracking one airport with some moderate delays, and that's down in the Orlando airport. So if you are traveling in and out of Orlando or know anybody that is this morning, tracking some moderate delays there. Everybody else, though, looking good to go this morning. Sitting here in North Mississippi, temperature is going to be warm today. We're in the middle 50s by 9, upper 50s by 10, 60s are back 11 o'clock and on. A lot of us top it off in the 60s, some of us, though, in the 70s. High temperatures today, the further you are north, you're getting into the 60s, upper 60s from Tate County, Lafayette County, Lee County, over to Red Bay, Alabama, north. Further south you go, 70s are right back in the forecast like they were yesterday. So a day and an afternoon a lot like yesterday. Let's get into your overall timing. We have strong to severe storms potentially pushing through on your Friday, so I didn't want to spend too much time on the front half of this forecast. It's warm today. It's warm tomorrow. Let's get into your timing for Friday, shall we? As we go throughout your day ahead today, we're going to be seeing a good mix of sun and clouds, a lot more sunshine the further west that you are. Going into Thursday, way more cloud cover will be into the picture. A few light showers likely throughout your Thursday. Can't rule out maybe a moderate shower or two, but overall that severe threat remains off to our west on your Thursday, and we're getting ready for that push through of that system into Friday tomorrow. So that's what you can look like for your Thursday ahead. Again, not expecting anything too major in the way of some showers out there. Going into your Friday, very different story. This is at 8 a.m. on your Friday. Already seeing some moderate rainfall taking place. Not looking at anything severe in the morning. Not saying you couldn't see a heavy pocket or two move through, but nothing severe. Going into your afternoon, the story completely changes. Take a look at this. Friday afternoon, I'm thinking really 1 o'clock and on, you need to know where you're going to be on your Friday afternoon because this is going to continue to push through. And the early afternoon is what I'm more concerned with a overall low-end tornado threat because certain models, like our strike model right here, are showing some more individual cells out here. You can see one near Louisville, Lowndes County, also down south of Atala County. There's a lot of what we call shear in the environment tomorrow and Friday. What that means is a change in wind direction and wind speed within the atmosphere that allows storms to rotate. So that's when there's something that's not in that main line that can kind of get all of that rotation or that shear in place. That's when they're going to try to rotate. So keeping an eye on any individual cells that do come into play on your Friday afternoon that's kind of south of that main line that we're looking at from Alcorn County down into Grenada County. So kind of looking south, Golden Triangle region and south of that going into your Friday afternoon for the potential of that. As we head further on into your evening, that's when we see this line kind of start to form. So as we go further on again, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, line looking to form throughout the area. This is when it's going to become more of an overall wind threat. Now, that's not saying we could see a few try to spin up in the line, a few embedded, what we call tornadoes within the line of this, trying to kind of push out and spin. But overall, as we head later on into the evening, the more this becomes more of a linear setup, kind of a straight line, as you can see here throughout the area, the more we're going to be seeing just an overall wind and then the potential of a flash flooding threat later on your Friday evening as this begins to push through the area. Here's the good news: as we had midnight and on, I think the overall threat is over with. So going midnight on your Saturday, the overall storm and threat off to our east, and we're just looking at some light shower activity on the back half of that, or back side of that system. Same story out there for your Saturday. So this is definitely a Friday event. Want to show you this. I got to pause it real quick and kind of go hour by hour with you. This is our storm rotation, and if you have been watching Matt and Gabe in the evening, they have been having a really good or showing this really well, and I want to show you the update of that, but I have to make sure everything is in place and correct for me to be able to show you this. Hold on just a second here. Make sure my runtime is the latest so I can make sure you're getting the latest information out there this morning. So here we go. This is looking at storm rotation. So looking at the potential of storms to try to spin out there for Friday. I told you on Friday morning we could see some heavier pockets, but as you can see, the rotation out there not showing up. Again, this is a red color table, so it will be anywhere between a dark red and then up to a white for an extreme value. So going throughout the day, again, some light showers out there to some heavier pockets throughout the mid-morning, not necessarily looking at anything within our shear markers. However, as we had noon and on, that's when we start to see a little bit more, especially south of the area. Do you see that near Yazoo City, Canton, up into Attala County? Not a great value out there, but that's when we do start to see a little bit more rotation come into play on our rotation tracker. Let's go a little bit further. That's at 12:30 on your Friday. Going into the afternoon, you can see there that's showing up also from Greenwood into Grenada and then going up into Lowndes County as well. You can see kind of those black to dark red values. That's what we're watching. Again, not great values out there, but we do start to see them show up a little bit more of a value than I'd like to see also from Greenwood up to Grenada out there on your Friday afternoon with those storms pushing in again with the potential of trying to rotate in our strike model, kind of highlighting that as well with those afternoon storms. Continuing to push this through, again, that rotation tracker, continuing to track that up from Grenada all the way up to Ecru on your Friday afternoon. Let's go and watch as this main line starts to occur. I'm kind of going to zoom out there for you. So this is Friday afternoon at 4. Let's go as this main line starts to move in. You can kind of see those brighter reds. And I saw this, I was watching Matt and Gabe last night. I like to see what they show so we can be consistent in our forecast and then also see what the models are looking like when they're there. Same story as we head into Friday afternoon. You can see those brighter reds almost outside of our area, further into central Mississippi, but you can see those brighter reds kind of marking that shear tracker, that rotation potential as we head further into Yazoo City, but it does track up into Chula and Winona. So keeping our eye on that one. Also one closer to Ridgeland that could try to kind of creep up into Attala County as well. So keeping our eye on these as they move through. Of course, I think the further south that you go into central Mississippi and Louisiana, I think the better fuel is there for the potential of storms to try to rotate, better tornado potential down south. That doesn't mean a few of our counties, though, couldn't be clipped in that as well with a brief tornado possible. So continuing to watch this as it moves in. Again, we're going to continue to watch, especially down to the south. You see those brighter reds coming into play from Louisville down to Philadelphia with that main line pushing in. I told you that as that main line comes in, comes more of a line into your dinner time hours, becomes more linear, straight line. That's when it's more of a wind potential, but that doesn't mean we couldn't see a few peaks in the line trying to rotate, a few breaks in the line trying to push out and rotate a little bit, and kind of seeing that show up from Louisville down to Philadelphia. So keeping our eye down south, even as that line moves through, we're going to be continuing to track it and watch it. And of course, that's looking to be out of our hair and out of our area as we head midnight and on out there on your Friday and then into your Saturday. So that's the latest look at that. If you watched Matt and Gabe yesterday, it's kind of looking around the same. The further south that you go, the more we're going to be watching it. So I think from Greenville, Greenwood, Golden Triangle region, and south, that's that main area we're going to be watching for the more of a potential of a spin up tornado to happen. The further north you are, more of a wind potential. And then also we'll take a look at what we're looking at with flash flooding as well. Severe weather risk, again, 2 out of 5 for everybody out there on your Friday. What are the main threats we're watching? Similar to the last 24 hours, number one is going to be the strong wind gusts as this comes through, especially as it becomes more linear as it pushes through the area. Can't rule out the potential of that brief spin up. Again, possible, not necessarily likely, but there will be enough shear or rotation in the atmosphere for a few of them to try. And then also flash flooding is a concern as well, especially into the overnight hours. Take a look at this. How much rainfall are we looking to pick up from the system? The further west you are, around 1 to 2 inches. Further east you are, a majority of us looking to pick up around 2 inches. But look at this. As you get further off to the east, so Lee County, Prentiss County, over into Red Bay, Hamilton, Vernon, Tishomingo County, could pick up anywhere between 2 to 3 inches. So that's where we see the potential of some flash flooding concerns, a lot of rain in a shorter amount of time as that pushes through into your evening hours. So just be careful. If you're going to be out late Friday evening, I encourage you not to be. If you have to be careful. And then if you have to be out early on your Saturday, make sure you're avoiding those roadways, are easily flooded. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 60s out there today, 70s tomorrow and Friday, all ahead of that system that's going to be coming in out there on your Friday evening and afternoon. Saturday looking drier. We'll see rain in the front half of the day, drying out for a majority of the day. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. And then take a look at Sunday. That's when the cooler air comes into play, only getting highs in the 40s on your Sunday. Same story for Monday. So definitely some cooler and colder air on the backside of this system. Hey, make sure to tune in. We'll be live one more time this morning, coming up in the next 10 minutes at 7:30. We'll take one more look at all of the forecasts, everything you need to know with these storms coming in. Of course, we'll also look at where that fog is setting up. We'll take a look at a few more cameras to show you any progression that it's made. So make sure to come and tune back in. The next 10 minutes we'll be live at 7:30.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.